Chaos erupting at a campaign rally for former President Donald Trump Saturday evening in Butler, Pennsylvania. Gunshots heard ringing out.
What happened?
Then the former president dropping to the ground. More bangs are heard, mixed with screams from the crowd. Moments later, you see Secret Service agents swarm and lift up Trump, his face bloodied. Trump then pumping his fist and shouting to show he's okay as he's rushed away. A spokesperson for Trump saying, quote, President Trump thanks law enforcement and first responders for their quick action during this heinous act. He is fine and being checked out at a local medical facility. More details will follow. The Secret Service killing the suspected shooter. Law enforcement says he was positioned on a building rooftop just outside the rally.
It's very shocking. I think a lot of people in the crowd just thought it was fireworks going off. I knew immediately it was gunshots.
A Secret Service spokesperson saying this is an active investigation, and law enforcement officials say this is being investigated as a possible assassination attempt.
There's a detail that's with the president 24 hours a day. But also, you have to remember, the former president isn't that long out of office. So there are still threats that linger, that carry over from his time in office.
The incident happening just days ahead of the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, where the 45th president will formally accept the Republican Party's nomination for president. President Joe Biden denouncing the shooting.
There's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick.
I'm Julia Benbrook reporting.
The attempt on President Trump's life is drawing reaction from leaders across the country and around the globe. Bradley Blackburn has more on the response to a moment in history.
Take a look at what happened.
It was a shot heard round the world. That moment in Pennsylvania when former President Trump reacted to gunfire, now resonating around the globe. The image of his bloodied face and his fist raised moments after the shooting is front page news, and for many, a reason to pause for prayer.
To lead us and guide us.
From outside Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach to this gathering in Phoenix near the state capitol.
This is a time when we need to learn how to put those differences aside and figure out how we can stop this stuff.
Before returning to the White House, President Biden condemned the attack.
Everybody must condemn it. Everybody.
The Biden campaign said it is pulling political ads off TV and pausing communications. In a statement, former President Obama said we should all be relieved that former President Trump wasn't seriously hurt. Former President Bush said he's grateful that President Trump is safe. And former President Clinton said violence has no place in America, especially in our political process. And everyday Americans are wrestling with what this moment means.
I think that reflects a lot about the situation right now, the tension, and I think that's something that we all got to be careful about.
At Trump Tower in New York, security was heightened and authorities are re-examining precautions at this week's Republican convention in Milwaukee. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
International reaction has been pouring in to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Britain's new prime minister, and the Japanese prime minister all condemned the shooting, along with many others. House Majority Whip Tom Emmer from Minnesota posted this on X last night. Jackie and I are praying for President Trump and all of the attendees at today's rally. President Trump is a proven warrior who has overcome adversity time and time again. He will rise above this horrifying situation stronger than ever. Coming up at 10:30 this morning, you'll hear my one-on-one interview with Congressman Emmer that I did last week. We talked about the upcoming Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. Also hear my interview today with Minnesota's Republican Party Chair David Hann about the attempt on Trump's life. That's all at 10:30 a.m. this morning. Our news follows Face the Nation at 9:30. Minnesota Congressman Dean Phillips will be one of the guests. His long-shot primary bid against President Biden fell short, but should Democrats have listened more closely to Phillips' warning? This morning, Margaret Brennan checks in with Congressman Phillips as President Biden's support continues eroding amid concerns about his age. And CBS will be airing a special report covering the shooting that will preempt CBS Sunday Morning as an hour-and-a-half special starting at 8 a.m.